And again, I'll put this recording up on a private link on YouTube. Just send me a message if you want me to send it over. So cool, that's recording. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll stand up and we'll just kind of go through our normal moves to get us nice and warm. So we'll take the feet wherever they feel comfortable. We'll just let the arms swing from side to side. So just letting those arms gently hit the body. Lovely. So at the moment, everyone's not muted. So it means that you can ask questions or you can give me feedback as we go along with our shoulder moves. Has everyone got a piece of wall or a piece of mantelpiece that they could hold on to that's close by? Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'll take the silence as a yes.
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 Perfect. Go. Lovely. Okay. Perfect. And then from there, we are just going to work on our feet a little bit to begin with. So we're just going to, I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're just going to curl up through your feet. So I'll just come a little bit closer. So what you're going to do is curl your feet up. So the toes are coming towards the heels. And you're very welcome to do one foot first and then switch over. So we'll do between 5 and 10 of these.
Amy, can you just show us that again? I can't see.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll tip the camera. So it's a bit funny, isn't it, with sunlight? So what we're going to do is we're going to curl the toes under. So what that will do is it will create an arch in the foot. So the other way that I always think about it is if you imagine that you have something or a piece of paper on the floor and you're trying to pull the paper underneath the foot.
Yep.
Or like at the moment, I'm on this kind of rug carpet. It's like I'm trying to pull the carpet with my toes. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep, thank you.
Cool. Lovely. So we'll switch feet if you haven't already. Cool. Perfect. And I'll just adjust the angle again. Okay, cool. That should be about right. Perfect. Cool. So we'll just do the other foot as well. So just curling up through the toes. And what this is going to do is it's just going to strengthen all of the tissue in the feet. And again, as we know, the feet are very, very important. And we just want the feet to be able to move in multiple directions. Next, what we're going to do, you're going to keep the ball of the foot and the heel on the floor. And you're going to lift and spread your toes. Lift and spread the toes. And again, this one might feel a little bit uncomfortable to begin with, so just lifting and spreading. And again, we'll do one at a time. Lovely, so just lifting and spreading the toes. Perfect. And then we'll do the same on the other foot, so just going to lift and spread the toes, lift and spread the toes. What this will also do is it will create an arch under the foot like the first one in a different way.
Amy, I'm just going to mute my audio so I can put some music on in the background.
Perfect. Yes, if anyone wants to mute themselves and put some music on, you're very welcome to. Perfect. Lovely. And now what we're going to do is standing with the feet wherever they feel comfortable, we're just going to roll the ankles in and out. So this gives us what we call inversion and eversion. So we are much more likely to get what we call an inversion sprain. So inversion is where your foot rolls this way. So it's where you roll onto the outside edge of the foot. So that's kind of the position that most of us are more likely to get a sprain in. So what happens is by just gently rolling in and out here, again, we're just getting all of that tissue and all of those bones comfortable with these movements. And I've said this before, but I'll tell you again just in case. I used to sprain my ankle all the time, so I'd always end up in A&E with a sprained ankle. And since I've been doing these for the last 10 odd years, even when I have been clumsy and I've fallen off a curb or something, I haven't actually had a sprain. So things that would have resulted in a sprain previously no longer do. So the idea is that if you were to fall off something and come into this position, if we actually train this position, you're much less likely to have any issues. So Charlotte, this will help with your running. And for the rest of us, it just helps us with everyday life, just walking on uneven surfaces, uneven pavements and things like that. Perfect, lovely. And then from there, we're going to try a different one. What we're going to do is we're going to lift your back foot up. So you're going to have one leg in front of the other. You're going to lift the back heel up, and then we're going to circle around the foot. So this is going to feel really clunky. This is a movement that they use in Qigong. So in Qigong, so it's that sort of, Qigong is very much linked with like Tai Chi and what's the word, Kung Fu. So these are kind of our mobility exercises, excuse me, in those disciplines. And what you find with this movement is it will feel really clunky. And then we'll change direction, come back the opposite way. So the idea is that in sort of Qigong, what they notice is that as people age, the ability to sort of move through their feet lessens. So they end up becoming sort of shufflers instead of walkers. Perfect, we'll switch sides. So again, we're going to lift that heel up. And again, we're just going to circle. So their kind of theory is that by doing this movement, it helps to keep the feet working properly. But all of the other mobility movements that we do for the feet will all help as well. But it's just interesting how different disciplines have different perspectives on things. And then we'll go back the opposite way. And I still find this one really clunky. So don't worry if it doesn't feel smooth.
Amy, can I just ask, I suffer with the tissue on the sole of my foot tearing.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. Will this help ease that out as well?
Oh, say that again, sorry, Kieran.
I suffer with the tissue that's on the sole of the foot, connected with the toes, tearing.
Wow.
So apparently it's quite a common thing, but it's something that I've always suffered with when sailing or anything like that, when I put my foot under stress.
Wow.
That it tears, and you can keep going, it's just bloody sore. But I was told to do different types of movements, and this seems to be one that might help. I was just wondering if you'd come across that.
Oh, I've never actually heard that. I've never heard of anyone where the foot, like the tissue tears. So is it like like an absolute tear where you've had to have it sewn up again?
So it's beneath the skin. There's a layer of tissue that's paper-like, and it's sort of what connects. I can't remember the name of it, but
Fascia.
yeah. And so it just tears like paper. It feels like a rip.
Wow.
And it happened to me the other day when we were doing one of the sessions.
Wow.
And just, going back and stressing the foot. But with more mobility, it's less likely to happen.
Wow, okay, cool. Well, what we'll do is we'll keep on working on foot stuff, but what I do, Kieran, is we'll just swing the arms for a second. What I would do is I'd just take it more gently. So one of the things that you can think about when we're doing any of these kind of movements is what we tend to do is we tend to move at 100% of our capacity. So what is if we start you where you move at 50% of your capacity and then build it up, because it might be that just by building up sort of those in between. So if we kind of use running as an example, if say a runner normally ran 10k a day, but they had an injury and they were getting back into running, they might start with 2k to begin with. So it's kind of like that. It's just sort of holding a little bit back so that you can build it back up again. So I just move the joints a little bit less, if that makes sense. Perfect. So
Okay.
there, I'll give a demonstration. So what we will do, while we hold on to something, we're just going to lift up onto the balls of the feet. So the example for this for you, Kieran, would be that if you can come up this high, what I do instead is I just come up a little bit. And what we want to do is we just want to get strong in a shorter range. Everyone else is welcome to come all the way up, but we just want to get strong in a shorter range, and then we can start to increase it. So that's,
yeah, this movement is absolutely, I can do 100% no problem.
yeah, so it's interesting to see if the body's more likely to get that tearing on a very like a full range of movement. So yeah, just take each one at a time and just see how they feel. We'll do 2 more of these. Perfect, lovely. And then all we're going to do from there, this one's going to get the hamstrings and it's going to get the feet a little bit. What we're going to do is we just need a little bit of space so that we can step backwards, and we're going to just flex the toes towards us. So my right foot is going to step backwards and my left foot is going to flex up towards the sky. Perfect, Mum. Lovely. We'll do 5 of these on each side. So if this feels a little bit easy and you want to make it harder, you can reach towards your foot. And this will just stretch out the hamstrings, but it's also getting a bit of flexion through the ankle as well. Perfect. And we all know that I can't count, so we'll do 3 more. Perfect. 3, 2, and 1 more. Perfect. Cool. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So stepping back and flexing the foot. So you can either step back and flex, or step back and flex and reach. Perfect. And yeah, we'll do about 5 or 7 of these. Can everyone feel that in their hamstrings?
Yes.
Perfect. Lovely. Awesome. Very nice. Perfect. So our feet are all nice and warm. What we'll do now is we'll come into our hamstrings. So my favourite way of working hamstrings is through our folded forwards, rocking forwards and backwards, moving our hips from side to side and twisting. But we're throwing a few extras today. So we'll come into our little yoga sequence with those movements for the hamstrings. So standing wherever you feel comfortable, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, and exhale and relax. We'll do this 2 more times. So this is just a sequence that we keep on doing. And the idea is that the more we do it, the harder it becomes. So it becomes a really nice way of relieving stress. Perfect, lovely. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. And we're going to exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Lovely. Now we're going to inhale, flat back. And then we're going to exhale and fold. Lovely. I'm going to turn sideways up. And from here, we're just going to rock heels and toes. Heels and toes. So everyone should feel that in their hamstrings. If you're feeling very mobile, you can go hands flat on the floor to do it. Or if you're not feeling so mobile, hands on the shins to do this one. So we're just taking our hamstrings through forwards and backwards motion to create more movement. Perfect. From there, we're going to relax the head, take a nice long inhale. Then we're going to exhale as we roll up one by one through each vertebrae. Head comes up fast. Lovely. And at the very top, inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale and relax. Perfect. We'll do that one again. We'll inhale, reach the arms up. We're going to exhale, we're going to fold forwards. We're taking a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. We're going to inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Lovely. From there, we're going to Move your hips from side to side. Now we're just taking the feet right and left, right and left. So now we're moving your hamstrings in a side to side motion. So we'll just stretch out different fibers. Lovely, perfect. We'll relax there, take a nice long inhale. And exhale as you roll up one by one through each vertebrae. Lovely, head comes up last. Perfect. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, nice big stretch. Nice big kind of twist from side to side. Take a nice long inhale when you're ready. And exhale and relax the arms. Perfect. We'll do one more, please. We'll inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale and fold forward. Beautiful. We'll inhale, flat back. We're pushing the bum back, pulling the chest forward. And exhale and fold. Lovely. From here, we'll hold the elbow and we'll twist the body around the feet. So just rotating around. Lovely. We'll do a few of these. Perfect. Very nice. And relax the arms. Take a nice long inhale. And exhale as you roll up one by one through each vertebrae. Head comes up last. Lovely, perfect. From there, we'll inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale. And perfect, very nice. And now what we're going to do, we're going to take those three moves that we did for the hamstrings and we'll do them back to back. So what we're going to do first of all is we're just going to test to see how comfortable we feel coming down to touch the floor. So I'm just noticing that I can touch the floor with flat hands, but my knees bend a little bit. So I'm unable to keep my legs completely straight and for my hands to totally touch the floor, so I have to go fingertips. I'm also noticing it feels really tight behind my knees. So all we're doing is we're just observing what it feels like, and then we'll come back up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come back down, fingertips to the floor or to the shins, and we're just going to rock forwards and backwards again. So the one that we've already done, but we're just going to take it a bit more intensively into the hamstrings, so just forwards and backwards. Lovely. And then we're going to move your hips from side to side, so you're moving the hips from right to left. Let the head relax. Lovely, so just moving those hips from right to left. We'll do a couple more of these. Lovely. And then we have two options. You can hold onto the elbows and swing them around. If that one doesn't feel so comfortable, you can just walk the hands around your feet in a semicircle. So whichever feels best. Lovely. Just let the head relax. Lovely. Perfect. Relax that. We'll drop the head, let the head become nice and heavy. Take a nice long in-breath. And exhale as you roll up one by one through each vertebrae. Lovely. Reach the arms up at the top as you inhale. Lovely. Relax the arms. And then we're just going to retest those hamstrings. So we're just going to come down again and see if that feels any better. So now my hands touch the floor more comfortably. And hopefully you should just find that you feel a little bit more ease in there. So that's a really nice one for opening up the hamstrings. And then what we'll start to do over the next few weeks is we'll start to play with doing them with the legs offset and putting our feet into different positions, which will make it a little bit more intense. But as they get used to it and they feel more comfortable, we can start to ramp it up a little bit. Perfect, awesome. Perfect. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to have a look at our shoulders. I'm going to give you a couple of ways of doing this. If anyone's feeling tired, you're welcome to sit down and do some different moves. So we're just going to be doing kind of stuff like this for our shoulders. So sitting down will feel more comfortable. What you'll find is it might feel like you haven't got as much range through your arms seated. So the other option is you can do it standing, and we're going to just be doing lots of different movements, which I'll take you through. The other option is if you want a bit of a leg workout, what you can do is have one leg in front of the other, bending the front knee, and this will start to work into your legs and your quads and your inner and outer thighs, and everything's going to work hard to keep you balanced. So that's the option if you want a harder option. If you want to, you can come into a half kneeling position as well. And what this will do is it will just stretch out your hips a little bit more. So this will feel really comfy. So this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go half kneeling because I get a bonus hip stretch. I'm very prone to lower back pain. So I overarch through my lower back. So by coming into this position, what it does is it tilts my pelvis so that I'm less likely to get any pain in my lower back. So if you want to grab a pillow or anything to go under your knee, or if you want to go hardcore and you want to go lunge position, you're very welcome to. But I'll talk us all through it as we go along. So pick whichever position feels best for you. So I'm going to come into this half kneeling position. I'm going to come this way so you can see what my arms are doing. And what we're going to do first of all is I'm just going to scoop my arm up straight and bring it back down. And then the other arm comes up and straight and back down. So arm scoops up and straight and down. So I'll come sideways on so you can see. So it's like a straight scooping motion as if I'm trying to draw a semicircle. So what this does is it gets what we call shoulder flexion. So shoulder flexion can feel quite uncomfortable for some people. So just taking it wherever you feel good. Is that feeling okay for you, Mum? Perfect. So just going to do 2 more. Perfect, lovely. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to push the arms back behind us. So this is called extension. So we're pushing the arm back behind. So imagine that you're trying to push something away behind you. This one will also work the back of the arms, the triceps. So just pushing something back behind you. And with this one, what we want to be aware of is keeping the shoulder down rather than kind of picking it up through here. So just taking it back as far as it can go, keeping the chest nice and open. Okay, so you might start to feel that in the back of the arms into the triceps, in which case that would be spot on. You might not feel it, and that's fine as well. Okay, so that's our extension. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to bring the arm up and over our head, and we're going to try and touch our ear. Bring the arm up and over and try and touch the ear. Lovely. If you want to, you're very welcome to let your body move side to side as well. And this will get an extra stretch down the side of the ribs into your oblique muscles. And if you want to make this feel more calm, you can go slower and use the breath to guide. So you can inhale, reaching the arm over. Exhale, coming back. Inhale over. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. We'll do one more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Perfect. Next one we're going to do, this one tends to feel really challenging. We're going to bring the hands behind to touch between the shoulder blades. So I'm going to come this way, so you guys can see. So I'm going to bring my right hand between my shoulder blades and my left hand between my shoulder blades. So this is the one where when people get frozen shoulders, they find really hard to do. And what this one does is it gets your shoulder blade to move closer in towards your spine. And this is the one in yoga as well that most people find quite challenging, where they bring their hands behind their backs and hold them here. So this one will cover that if anyone does yoga. Very nice. Lovely. And then we'll finish off with our final ones. We're going to do what we call internal and external rotation. So we've been doing a lot of that with our hips. What we're going to do is we're going to have the palms facing up, and then I'm going to roll the arms so that my palms face up. Palms face up, and then roll them under so palms face up. So I always imagine that I'm holding onto two oranges, and the oranges face up to the sky and face up to the sky. Alternatively, you can just roll your thumbs inwards and outwards, and that will get the same movement as well. So whichever visual makes it easier. And this movement that we're doing now is very similar to the movement that we've done where we've reached here. So that's where we're getting the internal and external rotation normally in class. But this one, keeping the chest relatively still, just makes it a little bit more shoulder specific. So it's a bit more isolated. Perfect. Lovely. And then we're going to switch over legs and do exactly the same on the other side. So the other leg in front. And again, we're just going to scoop the arm up and back down, scoop the arm up and back down. And you might notice it feels tighter on one side than the other. So mine actually feels tighter with my right leg in front, which is interesting. So it just kind of gives you an idea of other things going on in the body where maybe we hold ourselves in a way that lengthens one side continually and contracts another side continually. So we can just kind of make a note and think, oh, okay, that side feels tighter. I can notice if that starts to loosen up over the next few weeks. So just reaching the arm and reaching the arm. We'll do 2 more of these. And again, you're very welcome to let the breath drive the movement. So we can inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Perfect. And then we're going to push the arm back, push the arm back. And again, you're welcome to exhale as you push, inhale back, exhale as you push, inhale back. And with all of these movements, we're just isolating different moves that the shoulders can do. And we're just taking note of anything that feels easy or anything that feels hard. If anything doesn't feel comfortable, just let me know and we can give you another option. Or you can just skip that. Lovely. We'll do 2 more. And then from there, we are going to bring the arms up and over. So again, we'll inhale, reach the arm over, touch the ear. Exhale back down. Inhale, reach up. And exhale back down. Lovely. So inhale, arm over. Exhale down. Inhale, arm over. And exhale down. Lovely. We'll do a couple more on each side. One more on each side. Lovely. Perfect. From there, we're going to come back in between the shoulder blades. So again, I'll turn around. Hand comes between the shoulder blades and between the shoulder blades. Feel free to let the breathing drive the motion. Perfect. We'll do 1 more on each side. Lovely. And then we'll finish off with our rotations. So again, we're just going to go palms facing up, palms facing down. Are anyone's shoulders burning?
Yep.
Yeah. So if they are burning, feel free to just give them a bit of a shake. So it's just a build up of lactic acid. So it's just because we move the shoulders a lot, the lactate will start to build up in those areas. So feel free to just give them a shake if you need to. Lovely. Be comfortable. Perfect. Stop and relax. Perfect. We'll come into whatever position feels good, and we'll just give those shoulders a shake. Swing the arms from side to side. And just get everything else moving. So you can just move all of that lactic acid out the shoulders. Feel free to just roll the shoulders a few times. Feel free to just shake them out a little bit. Perfect. Go. And then from there, we're just going to round through the back of the fingertips, forwards, fingernails together, and then open up. So just big range of movement here now, where we're using the shoulders and the upper back. Just do a few of these. And again, feel free to add the breath in. So you're inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the opposite. Inhaling one direction, exhaling the opposite. And 2 more. And 1 more. Lovely, perfect. If you can, we're going to interlock the hands behind your back. And that might be enough for today. If it feels okay too, we're just going to pull the shoulder blades towards each other. So we're opening up through the front of the chest. So what can happen is we can feel quite tight there and everything rounds forwards. What we're trying to do is keep nice and open and tall and pull the shoulders back and down so the chest opens. We'll just hold that there for 2 or 3 breaths. So this is a really nice, quick one that you can do if you're doing a lot of work seated or bent forwards or just kind of rounded. So desk work, decorating, anything like that, this will help open it. Lovely. 1 more breath here. Lovely. And relax. Perfect. We'll just shake the arms out. Feel free to grab yourselves a sip of water, and then we're going to our next ones. Perfect. So we're going to come into a little bit of work in our backs now. So we're going to get seated today. So we're going to come down and find a seat wherever you feel comfortable. And then what we're going to do from here is just come into our cat-cow positions. So we're going to round through your back, pulling your chest down towards your pelvis. And then we're going to push the chest forwards, stretching out down through the front of the body. You're going to round and extend. Round and extend. Lovely. We're going to add the breath in. So you inhale as you round and exhale as you extend. Inhale as you round and exhale as you extend. 2 more. Inhale, round. Exhale, extend. Inhale and round. And exhale and extend. Perfect. From that, we're going to take your right elbow and we're just going to rest it onto your right thigh. And then we're going to take that left hand, we're going to reach the left hand down towards the floor and then reach the left elbow up towards the sky. So it's like we're kind of turning on the lawnmower. Lovely. So we get this nice rotation through our upper backs. Our lower back is getting what we call flexion in this position. So because we're leaning forwards, the lower back's getting a nice stretch. And we're focusing on opening or extending through the upper back, or keeping the lower back in extension, the lower back in flexion. So this is really just focusing on opening up these sort of areas for really nice posture and feeling really open through the chest and the upper back. We'll do a couple more of these. If this one's getting easy for anyone, so if that feels good, stay where you are. If it's easy, you can come into a cross-legged position and do this on the floor. So you can reach the arm forward and reach the elbow back. So that's a way of making it a little bit more challenging if it feels quite comfortable. Or you can go forearm onto the knee and do it that way. So all of these will really nicely open up through the upper back. Perfect. We'll do the same on the other side. So you can either do it seated on the sofa. You're going to go left elbow onto the left thigh, reach the right hand down to the floor, right elbow back, right elbow down to the floor, right elbow back. And again, you're welcome to try this on the floor if you feel very comfortable in your hips. So this is one that I'd take a year or so to build up to. So you want to be able to really comfortably sit cross-legged to do this one. So some days I prefer to do it seated, other days cross-legged. So it's very much just listening to your body and not sort of pushing yourself to something that's beyond comfort and ease. So we're pushing the body into very big positions here. So you want to be able to maintain being able to breathe and being able to stay calm while you do it. Now we'll do two more. And one more. What we're going to do is we're going to take the one hand behind you. So I'm going to come and demonstrate this way. You can do this sat on the sofa. You're going to just bring the one arm behind you and then reach the arm up. And then we'll alternate. So the hand comes behind you. Reach the arms up. Hand comes behind and reach the arm up. So on the sofa, all I'm going to do is take my hand behind me and reach up and over. And then take the hand behind and reach up and over. So this is just getting different motions. So we're stretching out through the ribs, but through the back. Lovely. We'll do a couple of these on each side. Lovely. Perfect, very nice. And you're very welcome to hold it here. And just take a nice deep breath in and really feel the ribs open and spread as you inhale. And exhale. And the same on the other side. Take the arm up and over. Inhale into it. And exhale. Lovely. We'll switch one more on each side. Reach the arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale. And switch. Reach the arm up and over. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. From there, we've done this before, so we'll give it another go. We're going to have a go at circling around through the chest. So it looks like a dance move, but it's basically just having the ability to flex and extend through the spine and laterally flex. So these are all movements that we've done throughout the session today. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the chest forwards, and then we're going to push the right side of the ribs over to the right. And then we're going to round through the spine, and then push the left side of the ribs over to the left. Pull the chest forward, right side of the ribs over to the right. Round through the spine, left side of the ribs over to the left, and pull the chest forwards. We'll do this two more times. So right side to the right, round through the spine, left side to the left, and extend. Right to the right, round, left to the left, and extend. And now what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can soften that up. So we're still going to do the same motions, but we're going to see if we can smooth the edges. So I extend, reach my right side of my ribs to the right. Get round through here nice and slowly. Left side of the ribs to the left, and extend. right to the right, round, left to the left, and extend, right to the right and round, left to the left and extend. And then we can just continually move this way until it starts to become a little bit smoother. And what you'll find is it'll take a bit of practice, but eventually you can create this really nice smooth motion. And what this will be doing is not only moving all of our stomach muscles in lots of different ways, but it's going to be compressing and extending through our internal organs, which will help stimulate all of our digestion and everything else that our stomach and all of our internal organs need to do for us. It's going to be really nice for our organs, but it's nice to just have the ability to move in different ways. We're going to have a go now going the opposite way. So we're going to extend left ribs to the left, round, right ribs to the right, extend, left to the left and round, right to the right, left to the left, round, right to the right and extend. And again, we're just going to smooth these off. So just nice and slowly. And I know that we're taking quite a bit of time doing this one. But anything that we are going to learn to do always takes a bit of time and effort. And it just means that when we're all allowed out again, if you've had a few drinks, you can throw this into your dance moves. It's just a nice movement to be able to do. That's just going to get lots of different pieces all working together. And it should feel quite nice. Perfect. We'll do one more. Perfect. And relax there. From there, we're going to just take a nice long inhale. And exhale, and we're just going to fold forwards over our legs. So you feel your legs pressing into your belly or into your abdomen. We're just going to drop the head and we'll take a few breaths here. So just breathing in here. This might feel a little bit uncomfortable in the abdomen, and that's absolutely fine. You just want to stay in a position where you can still breathe. What this is going to do, or it's said to do in yoga, is it helps with your digestion, and it just helps detoxification. So by pressing your legs and your stomach together, it just helps move toxins out of the body, basically. So just take one more breath here. Now when you're ready, you would gently come up again. Perfect, lovely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto the floor and we're going to come to our windscreen right here. We've done these a lot and we're going to continue to do them until the end of the month as part of our program. So you can get the arms behind you, legs are going to go super wide, and we're going to roll the knees from side to side. I'm going to come facing you. You can see how wide my legs are. So they're as wide as they can go. And I'm going to roll, and I'm going to roll. Rolling and rolling. So you've already done these quite a few times with me, and they're starting to get a bit easy. You can lift up, have the hands on top of each other, and roll from side to side here. So this is our kind of next step up to make them a little bit more challenging. And what you'll find is that you'll travel, and that's completely normal. And now, depending on how you're feeling, if this is still feeling pretty intense, if you want to make it easier, you can simply lie down. So again, I'll shuffle so you can see. So you can lie down, have the arms out to the side, and just let the knees roll. So this will feel easier and really nice and relaxing. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, what you can do from there is roll over, and you can fold into a kind of half pigeon move. You're welcome to take a deep breath here. And exhale. Gently press up. Roll over to the other side. So just for space, I'm going to shuffle this way. And again, you can just gently fold over. Again, just noticing how one side feels compared to the other. My right side feels horrendous compared to my left. But just noticing it without any judgment. Oh, okay, that doesn't feel as good, or that one feels better. Lovely, so we can either alternate our pigeons. Perfect. Lovely, and I'm just going to give another option. So if all of those feel horrendous, another option, which is a little bit easier. If you're loving what you're doing, just stay doing that. You take the hands wide, legs wide. So hands just go behind you. And you can just roll one leg in and then roll the other leg in. And that's just going to get a little bit of internal rotation. This is our other option. But if you found one that you like, stick with that for a few more minutes. Minutes is a bit of an exaggeration. And if you're doing this one that I'm doing right now, then what you can do is take your feet a little bit narrower, and then you're just going to roll the knee out, roll the knee out. So all this is doing is taking exactly the same movement and just making it a little bit more comfy. Lovely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come into a roll out. So I'll show you the harder options first so you guys can get cracking. So the harder option, if we've done this one before and if you're quite comfortable, is one foot in front, hands come inside the foot. We roll the foot open, pop the foot back down and straighten through that front leg. Push back, roll open, back, and back. Okay, so if you've done this one before, we'll do 10 of these on each side. If that feels uncomfortable, we have lots and lots of other options. So what I'm going to do, okay, you guys can see that. Both hands on this chair leg. I'm going to have one leg in front, one leg behind. I'm going to open up through my foot and straighten. I'm going to bend, open up, and straighten. So Mum, I would do it this way. So I'm going to bend the knee, roll the foot open, pop the foot back down, and straighten. So you just want that front foot a little bit further forward. Yeah, perfect. You're going to look under your foot. Yeah. Pop it back down and then straighten your front leg. Perfect. Bend, open up, pop it back down and straighten. Perfect. And if there's anyone doing the ones on the floor, if they're starting to get a bit easy now, what you can do is take that back leg off the floor, open up and straighten in here. So this looks even more like yoga. And again, it takes a little bit of practice, but we'll get there eventually, whenever the body is ready to. Perfect. Cool. And then once you've done 5 or 10 on one side, we'll swap over and do the same on the other side. Is everyone okay with these ones?
Yep, thank you.
Perfect. On the floor, with bent knees, on the floor with the leg hovering off the floor, or using the sofa or anything you've got handy. How's that feeling, Mum?
That's much, yeah,
It's really good. So the thing with all movement is there's always a way of finding it, or finding an appropriate way for each of us. So regardless of how fit and strong and mobile we are, or how challenging we find stuff, there's always a way to get the movement we want to get. Perfect. We'll do 2 more. And 1 more. Perfect. Very, very nice. From there, if you're on the floor, you're welcome to come into a child's pose. We'll just take a few breaths here. If you're standing, what you can do is just use your sofa to just press into and push your bum back and push the arms into your sofa or whatever you've got handy, chair. Yeah, perfect. We'll take a few breaths here. Lovely. When you're ready to slowly come back up. Perfect. And then you're very welcome to either do anything else that feels really nice for you, or we're going to come into a guided meditation. So whichever you prefer. If you want to do the guided meditation, then get yourself nice and comfy. We're going to lie down on the floor. If you still feel like you'd like a little bit of a stretch, my favorite one is always lying down on your back and just rolling the legs from side to side. Feels really nice. If you want to hug the knees into the chest and roll them, you can hold onto the feet and come into a happy baby. You can literally just have the feet together and twist and just hold that for a few minutes on each side, and that feels really nice as well. So whatever feels good for you, we're going to come into a nice comfy position. We'll have a nice little guided meditation to finish off. Perfect. So relax. And just allow yourself to feel really, really impressed with yourself. On a bank holiday Monday, you got up and you have done some exercise that will be really nice for lubricating all of your joints, for opening everything up. You're going to feel really open and stretched for the rest of the day, and you get to keep that sense of pride with you all day and all week. But you started off your week really well. Now we're just going to observe the breath. So we're just going to observe the breath. Just observing the breath moving in through the body and out. Following the breath as it comes in through the nose, down the throat and into the lungs. And as you exhale, feeling it come out of the lungs, out of the throat, and out of the nose. We're just watching the breath moving in and moving out. Watching the breath moving in and moving out. And do a couple more of these, watching it come in and watching it move out. Watching the breath move in and watching the breath move out. And as we keep that awareness of the breath moving in and moving out, you're going to become aware of a tide. And as you inhale, the tide comes in and the tide goes out as you exhale. And so you're on a beautiful beach. And as you inhale, the waves gently lap up onto the sand. And as you exhale, the waves gently retreat back into the ocean. And you're standing on this beautiful beach, just watching the tide roll in and roll out. And on this beautiful beach, you can do anything you like. So if you want to sit down in the sand, you can do that. If you want to lie down in the sand, you can do that too. If you're more of a nice, comfortable chair or a lounger kind of person, notice that there's one just at the side of you that you can get really, really comfortable on. Or if you're the kind of person that wants to go and swim in the ocean, you can start walking into this beautiful, perfect temperatured water and just sink in. And we're just observing that the breath is perfectly timed with this gentle lapping of the water. As you inhale, the water gently laps up onto the shore. And as you exhale, it gently laps back. If you're stood in the water, you just feel that as you inhale, the water comes up over your feet. And as you exhale, the water relaxes back as your feet gently sink into the sand. And we're just going to have a few minutes at this beautiful beach. This is now your private island, and you get to keep this forever. This is now yours. You get to create it in your mind. So you can either just lie there and relax, noticing the breath just stays with the movement of the water. And you're very welcome to explore your private island. And your private island has everything you need. So for some of us, it might be a waterfall that you can shower underneath. For others, it might be a luxury 5-star villa. Whatever your heart desires, you can have on your island. So this is your safe space, your own private retreat. And just allow yourselves a few more minutes to just enjoy this beautiful place. You can lie in a hammock. You can just soak up all of the goodness in the water. And all the while, your breath is completely synced with this gentle lapping of the water up on the shore. Notice that the temperature is perfect for you. Wherever you are, the temperature is the perfect temperature for you. Notice the weather is perfect for you. And notice your body relaxing deeper and deeper wherever you are. And as we come to the end of this nice little meditation visualization, just allow yourself to really know that you can come back here whenever you wish. You can do this first thing in the morning. You can do this last thing at night. You can do this during your lunch break or mid-afternoon. And the more you come to visit this place, the easier it will get to really relax here. And you can do this for anywhere. We'll try a few different ones over the next few weeks. So when you're ready to, we're just going to start to come back to the here and now. Becoming aware of the room that you're in. Becoming aware of the fingers and toes and just starting to move those. Rolling the wrists. Moving the fingers and toes. Having a nice big stretch. And then whenever you're ready to, there's no rush. We'll gently find our way back up to seated. You can keep your eyes closed. You can bring the palms together in front of your hearts. And you're very welcome to join me saying namaste. If you wish, namaste. And namaste simply means the good within me sees the good within you. Or the light within me sees the light within you. So it's that kind of understanding that the magic that made us is within all of us, and we observe that there is magic within us for us to be alive today, for us to be in this body, to be where we are. And the same is true for everyone else on the planet. So you can let your lips curl up into a lovely big smile, knowing that magic made us. And have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much, Amy.
My pleasure. I hope everyone enjoyed that. If you've got any questions at all, I'm here. If not, have a wonderful bank holiday.
That was great. Thanks, Amy. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Have fun.
Bye, you too.
Bye. So how are you doing, Jan?
Good, thanks, Amy. I wanted to ask you about, you reminded me that I can't, the last couple of years, I haven't been able to stay in a seated position cross-legged.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing the wipers and the pigeon is a good one to do.
Yeah, the wipers are really good. So the seated cross-legged, there's lots of ways to build that up. So what I'll do is I'll just shuffle back a little bit so you can see. So basically, when you're it's going to feel less comfortable here, but more comfortable here. So what I would do is every time you do your windscreen wipers, every time you do those ones, if you can bring up the weight back into your arms and coming cross-legged here. Does that feel more comfortable, Jan?
Yes, definitely.
So yeah, you can come into a cross-legged position here. What I would also do is in your cross-legged position here, is I would alternate the foot that's in first. So you have your comfortable way and you can just alternate. And one will feel really comfortable and the other one won't, and that's fine. But what will happen eventually is by practicing both positions, both will become equally comfortable. And eventually you'll get to the point where you don't have a preference. But you can just literally, you just keep on switching, or I was going to say swapping, but I changed it to switching it between. So you can just keep on like alternating those. And eventually that will become easier. The other thing as well is sometimes doing it on a bed or something that's a bit softer can feel a bit easier. The other thing is sitting on a pillow. So if I grab a pillow, or if you've got a yoga block, having it so that your bum's a bit higher will also give you space.
Yes, I've tried that. That definitely helps. It's much easier that way. But I don't know why I suddenly stopped being able to do it. I can manage for about 2 minutes, and then I just want to kind of
Come out
backwards.
Well, the thing is, like in this position, it's quite complicated. Like your hips are externally rotated, but they're flexed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this position that we've got in your cross-legged position, we can't actually get that same exact position in a squat. So you have to be in a cross-legged position to get your joints into these positions. because it's basically like the only other way of doing it would be to be here on all fours. So in fact, that might be a nice one. So on all fours, what you do is you cross your legs over each other and you could just gently rock back and forth, and that will put you in a similar position.
Yes, when I'm on the floor, I can feel it in my left hip. I can feel all the intensity, but I don't feel it there.
And what this one will do is it just gives you the movement in a different way. So the body's amazing to add. So for some people, that movement can really hurt their shoulder or their arm.
Yeah.
But if you get them to do that, which is the same movement, it will feel fine.
Yeah.
It's just that there's one way of doing a movement that doesn't feel right. But I tried that sort of cross-legged rocking.
Okay.
And the other thing that you can do there as well is your cat cows in that position. And what that does is it will move your pelvis. So what happens is your femur bones will stay still and your pelvis will move around them. So it's just stretching it in a slightly different way. And you can
Lovely, thank you.
move the ribs from side to side as well.
Well, side to side, I feel it in the left hip again.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you find the left hip, do you feel it in any of the squats that we do, Jan?
Occasionally, yeah.
So it'd definitely be worth looking to see what's going on at the hips. But it's, yeah, so we can have a look and see what's going on at the hips.
Oh, that's
so
a
if you
nice
stand up, Jan. So I'm just going to, I just stopped the